Coach, just wrapped up the fall season, and you've got a lot of new guys in, you got a lot of new faces out on the course. Just what are your thoughts after 4 tournaments in?
Well, 40% of the schedule played. We've been very close to being very competitive, and I don't think we're real pleased that we didn't play any better. We know that our future's in front of us. They're still very optimistic about what they can do. We feel like if we score well in our last 6 tournaments, we still have a chance to win a conference championship and also qualify to go on to regional. So that's our goals in the long run. So it's still in front of us. We have to play better, but the guys are willing to work that way, and hopefully we'll get it done.
Now, being in the new conference, in the Great American Conference as opposed to the Lone Star before, you guys don't really do head-to-head matchups. Does it really affect the way you guys go into tournaments looking towards conference, and everybody's aiming towards a regional bid and stuff like that, but do you really approach it any differently in a different conference?
Well, the guys look and see who's there, and they're figured out who already in the conference and people they'd like to beat. And those new conference schools, we've made a point to emphasize that it's important that we start figuring out that there's somebody we need to beat, and we'd like to have that going on with us, and that is a goal. And of course, everybody in our region is somebody we need to beat, so it does help to play well against all of them.
You've had some flashes of brilliance at times this year so far. What are some positive you've seen, and what do you guys need to do to take the step next semester?
We need more consistency out of our 4 and 5 spots, and that changes from who it is from tournament to tournament. I don't know that we have a definite guy that's our best player every week. We don't. But we all have capability of shooting good scores, and if we can get 4 to do that each round, right now we're getting 3 most of the time, every now and then 4. But we need a little more depth help from some of our guys, and we need for all of us to be able to shoot a good score instead of somebody shooting an outstanding one. And that's going to be the success of our team, is we get that solid play from everybody.
Well, looking ahead even further a little bit, we'll look at the 2012-13 schedule, and you got in the early signing fever that everybody else did this year, and you've added a player. Tell us a little bit about him.
We signed Jackson Studeville here locally, and quality young man, which is one of the first requirements I look for. And then he'll be a good scholar, and he'll be a good athlete for us. I think Jackson's upside is out there in front of him. Not afraid of work, I know that. He'll spend the time to work hard, and when he gets in with our guys, I think it'll be a good fit for him, and he'll be a good teammate for them too. So I'm looking forward to that happening with us.
Now, when you go out recruiting for a sport like golf, what's sort of your philosophy while you're out on the road?
Well, Matt, my first philosophy is when I look at the young man, I try to determine what his temperament is and how he would fit into the program that we think that we're trying to build, which is quality young men. And I look for good teammates, because that's important to me. I feel like for us to be successful in the long run, individual talent will help, but I want to be a good teammate to start with, and then we'll start talking about being a scholar and being a golfer. And right now, the guys that I have on this roster, I'm very pleased with, and that's the kind of quality young men we want to try to add to it. And we're getting in some good opportunities, people come to visit, and hopefully it'll be a good recruiting year.